Hi, I'm Brandon. I love Hallmark Costa Rican movies.
I'm Brian. I like Hallmark Costa Rican movies.
I'm Dan, and I despise Hallmark Costa Rican movies, and this is the
Deck the Hallmark Podcast.
Deck the Hallmark, it's his podcast. Brandon and friends host his podcast. We hope you like this jolly podcast.
Well, hello, all you fellow bridesmaids out there. It's great to be here today. Talk about a Costa Rican wedding. Yep. Just so excited.
Yeah.
So excited.
A little extra something special for those philo.tv/DTH
I think so.
watchers.
We're not going to talk about it.
No, can't mention it.
We're not going to mention it.
No. I'm just saying
watch.
it's PG-13,
Oh my
especially
gosh.
Brand.
Yes.
That's all I'm saying.
Yes. Well, the scissors got away from me.
How
How was your weekend, guys? Brian, how was your weekend?
Fine, thanks. Yeah, it was hot this weekend.
It was
Yeah,
hot
it
this
was
weekend.
still hot here.
Were you
Yes.
out there doing some
manual
labor?
I did some yard work again. That grass keeps growing.
Yeah, it does.
There's nothing until it gets. It dies in
Brian
July.
is already 80. Grass just keeps growing, doesn't it?
Sometimes it dies during the middle of July.
You got Bermuda grass then.
I got bad grass. I
Yeah,
got a lot
it's
of weeds.
Bermuda. It's Bermuda,
A lot
but
of
it's
weeds.
yeah. You got weeds.
I got the
and
wrong
Bermuda.
grass.
That's what you got.
I got wrong grass.
Yeah, the wrong grass.
So we got to fix that because I'm tired of mowing it.
Yeah.
You know?
You could just kill it.
You could also pay someone to mow it. I know how
could.
much you love paying
I
money
could do
for,
that.
for
I could.
people to do.
Help the economy.
That's right, yeah.
Absolutely could do
you
that.
love,
could.
You love.
I think about it every week.
Yeah, and then you were like, I'd rather
just
sit on my stack of
I
cash.
got this mower sitting here.
Listen,
staring
Dan and
at
I have
me.
a great guy.
We do.
Oh, you guys do?
Yeah, we got a guy.
That's good. That's good.
Got a great guy.
That's what you got to do when you got a neighbor.
Shout out Mr.
next
Dale.
door.
Shout out to Mr. Dale.
Dale.
I love that guy.
Mr. Dale's the best.
He's the best.
You call him Mr. Dale. That's what you call
Oh,
him.
you do?
He is
Yeah.
Mr. Dale.
Is it just him and a mower?
It's just him and a
just
truck
him,
and a
man.
mower.
Yeah.
Should
Old
be a
truck?
great deal.
Old pickup?
Old pickup.
Yeah,
That's right.
nice.
cash only?
Does old.
I would hope
Yeah,
so.
cash only.
I'm
yeah,
sure he's
yeah.
reporting everything. That's fine.
Oh, listen, above board.
Yeah.
Mr.
Yeah.
Dale.
Mr.
Once
Dale's
a
the
week
best.
he shows up?
No.
He does
Well,
whatever he
he
can.
All right.
He gets
See,
a little bit
get what you
weeds
pay for here.
If you don't tell
Emphasis on
Mr.
weeds.
Mr. Dale cares about your lawn more than you do.
Yes,
He's
he
like
does.
he like
I bet.
my yard looks pristine. Every edge, every corner looks perfect in the front,
Yep.
the driveway, the whole thing. If you don't tell him how often you would like the grass cut, he's gonna when he thinks it needs to be cut, he's gonna cut it.
Just show
He'll
up.
ride by, take a look, and be like, "It's time."
So what I do is I go every 2 weeks, money's under the mat. That's what I do. Bran is not doing that.
No.
Bran is when I want you to cut it, I'll text you.
Yes,
That's
100%.
what Bran does.
He doesn't just do both at the same time
Yeah.
when he's sitting right
He
there?
could.
He can't because he's not going to do Bran's
If it's
unless
not
Bran
ready,
wants
sure.
it to be cut. He's doing mine every 2 weeks.
Wow.
That's right.
You guys got to work that out a little bit.
I mean, we're not helping Mr. Dale out. That's for sure.
No, I
No,
don't
poor
want
guy.
it every 2 weeks. Dan does want it every 2 weeks. So we're
It's
in a
just
bit of a
easier
pickle.
for me.
Yeah, we're in a bit
Yeah.
of a pickle there.
Yeah.
I don't want you.
Yeah.
I can't believe Dale puts up with this. Mr. Dale.
Mr. Yeah, come on. Put some
Sorry.
respect on that name.
Thank you. Love
Mr. Dale is the best. He is the best.
He's amazing.
And I've hired several different lawn people before. Mr. Dale's the best of the best.
He's amazing. He's
Unbelievable.
amazing. Dan, how was your weekend?
It was great.
Yeah.
It's great. I got a Blackstone
Ooh, yeah, you did.
little griddle, little cast iron, 36-inch griddle for my birthday. It's the best, man.
Yeah.
What haven't you thrown on that? 'Cause
what'd
I'm
you
sure
do?
that's
We've done hibachi.
shorter
What'd you do
Sun-
this weekend and not tell me about?
We did hibachi Sunday night, which
that's
is fun.
interesting.
You didn't know
Some
about
fried
that?
rye.
Didn't know about that.
And then
boy.
the other one you would be mad about, but I
was
did have
home.
company over,
was home all
so
weekend.
it was not. It's
I was
fine.
just kind of right
You
there.
just walk in.
I did
If
Italian.
at any given time you would have looked out your back window and you would have seen me just staring at you.
I
Just
looked
peeking
out
through
my
the fence
back
hole?
window regularly all weekend. You were not there. Nowhere to be found.
I was in-
Bathroom break, maybe?
yeah,
Every time.
every time.
Yeah, you know.
I was
you know
in my
his schedule.
backyard a ton this weekend. Didn't see you out there. Not
I
once.
saw you.
Didn't really even see your kids out there.
Man, it's hot.
It was
Yeah,
hot.
it was hot. Yeah,
It's
yeah.
hot. It's one of those like you're at the part of the summer where it's no longer fun.
No,
Yeah.
You're just
I'm
kind
done.
and it's like hard to want to go get outside.
My
and-
kids didn't even
I'm sick
swim
of the pool.
yesterday.
Yeah, sick
of
They
the
didn't
pool.
want- They didn't want to go.
It's just
They're
kinda like-
sick of the pool.
I did notice that. I noticed that the umbrella wasn't up at all.
No.
You
That's
saw
why
that pool just sitting there and all that heat, Brand. All that next door. You just saw that pool sitting there.
No, I don't want to. Listen,
Yeah,
there are
yeah.
times, especially earlier in the summer, where I'm like, hey, like boys, maybe I'll talk to Uncle Dan. Maybe we can go somewhere today. Not this weekend.
No.
I'm not mentioning it.
Yeah.
I don't want to. I love
Yeah.
my buddy Dan, and I
Yeah.
love hanging out with him.
No, you're not hurting my
I don't
feelings.
want to go outside.
But on Saturday, I did an Italian beef sandwich. It was unbelievable.
Yeah,
I dry brined a chuck roast, and then I smoked it at 200 degrees.
That's awesome.
Then I seared it on the Blackstone.
Yeah.
Then I put it in a braising pan with a bunch of Italian peppers and
chef.
seasonings, and went back into the smoker for 3 hours. It just fell apart.
Yeah.
Then I got some Italian hoagie rolls, toasted them. Provel cheese from St. Louis. Shout out to the Volmers. And I went Italian beef, cheese, more beef, some jardiniere and banana peppers on top.
Yeah.
Holy cow! One of the best things I've ever made at my house.
How big is that? Like, is that just a normal size, or
It was
you do
about
a
like
little-
this. And I ate 2 of them. They were the real deal. And the company we had over loved it and took the leftovers home. They couldn't get enough of it. They were
sent them home with the
yes.
leftovers?
He was
So there's nothing
dude
there,
asked.
huh?
He was like, "You're not going to eat this?" I was like, "No." I'm like, "Do you want it?" He was like, "Yeah." Packed it up for him. Yeah, true story.
Man. No leftovers then, huh? That's what I'm hearing.
Brand, you get food for me all the time.
I know, but I haven't had anything on the Blackstone.
I grill for my family something every weekend. You know that.
I know.
And I give you, anytime I have leftovers, I text you. Are you home?
That's so
I got
interesting.
something for you.
Anytime, because anytime sure seems like not this past weekend.
Right.
But also, I had company over that
I
wanted the
understand.
leftovers.
You say I have a guy.
What kind of monster company asks for to take the food?
That is crazy. That's a
He's
crazy.
been- no, wait.
That's
Wait.
bold. Hey, you gonna eat that?
Wait.
Like you
You
wouldn't
guys
even
done
do
with that? No, you leave everything.
He has
Yeah.
been.
Hey, you guys
like,
gonna finish that?
literally, I've known him for 25 years. One of my dearest friends in the world. A regular company would not do this. This guy 100% would. He's known me for over half my life.
All right.
Sounds like he's earned it then.
Yeah. And he's still my friend after that long. I mean, there's
why? Because you're giving him my leftovers.
Every time you ask.
You're giving him my
I'm buying his
leftovers.
friendship.
You're giving him my leftovers, and then it's all like, oh, why wouldn't she be his friend?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got a kitten. It just kind of happened.
You got a
Oh,
kid?
my kid was so
I didn't know about this.
terrified for
How
me.
did this
Did he
happen?
tell you this?
No.
So I'm allergic to cats.
Sure.
Whatever.
I
But-
think my wife is too, and so we've got a bit of a situation going on
So
here.
my kid
She'll
thinks,
build up a tolerance. She'll be fine.
my
She'll be
kid
fine.
thinks that I will die
Yeah.
if I'm near a cat. Like thinks I will
yeah.
die, and I try to explain to him over and over again. No, I just will get scratchy
Yeah.
throat, eyes
Irritated,
watering,
yeah.
the whole thing. And he ran inside and was like, "Dad, the Uncle Brand and Caitlin got a kitten." I told him that I had to be there to make sure, like, I got to let you know. I'll let you know. Like, he was ready to run full interference for me. I'm like, buddy, it's going to be okay. It's going to be all right. But doesn't sound like it.
Well, it's amazing. I've never enjoyed a cat this much in
Yeah.
my life. This cat has really taken a liking to me, and I've taken a liking to it. It has also really
What you
messed-
need for your whole vibe is a cat.
Yeah, on your shoulder.
I've never been somebody that's like, give me that cat. But this
Do
cat.
you name that cat? Well, that's not what we've heard. But you name the cat?
There's been lots of names for that. There's
Okay.
not an official name yet.
Careful.
I don't
'cause
know
if
what
you
you're going to
get
do if she's got
attached-
allergies because
Yeah.
it's unbearable.
I know.
Dude, were you on the plane with me?
I am. Do you know the backstory of the cat?
No.
I'll get
Nobody
to it.
does.
It's one of our neighbors. I'm sure you
Nobody
can.
does.
leftover kittens.
I'm sure you can imagine
getting
who
left
one
over
of
somewhere.
our neighbors.
I know exactly.
Rescued a cat.
That's all I need. Yeah.
They can. They don't.
They got
wanna keep
3
the cat.
dogs.
They've
They're
got a
not-
lot
yes,
going on.
that's right.
And we've kind of the boys have, like keep talking about cats. They see cats around the neighborhood. They're like, when can you get a cat? So it was the perfect time to try one out. Try one out for size.
Yeah, absolutely.
And
Just chuck it back out in the street. They're fine. They're cats.
Just like this. Just
Right
It's
out
a
the door.
really sweet.
it'll
cat.
land its
Cats are
legs.
barely animals.
Aw.
This cat's something special.
Yeah, I had a cool cat
I-
when I was
I
This
younger.
cat's
freaking-
something.
don't-
I've been with you. I've
Dude,
been with you. I
yeah,
had
I
cats growing
understand.
up. I didn't care
Yeah,
about them.
yeah.
This cat's something special.
I hear
hear
you, and can I tell you this?
Hey, office cat?
Like, no, one,
You
no,
don't talk for a living. You'll be fine.
fired. No, 1, 2. Can I tell you this about what you said about that cat? I don't believe you.
I know, and I wouldn't believe me either. I've been there. I've seen the people. I've heard the stuff.
Yeah.
I wouldn't believe me either.
Yeah. It's a no for me. Also,
They found each
were
other.
you on the plane with me? I was on a plane recently.
Yeah,
and
I was on the plane with you.
all right. So like we're flying. Did I tell you, like, and my throat started getting scratchy. I'm like, dude, we have to go do this thing. And I'm just like, this is not good. I'm already, and like my eyes started watering. And then we stand up to get off the plane, and 2 rows in front, woman had a cat in a bag.
Yeah.
And I was like, there it is. Now it all makes
Like a
sense.
trash bag?
That's right.
Okay.
Yeah, like it was hauling around a dead cat. It was a classic dead cat on a plane situation.
Had to bring it home to bury.
That's right, and that's our fault for flying Frontier. We should have done that.
That's what you get.
It was dead cats fly free on Frontier.
They're low.
Free Cat Friday.
It's free dead cat Friday.
Frontier's logo is a bear, and I don't know why. I don't know why an airline's logo is a bear.
Yeah.
But for some reason, the people at Frontier said, "What do we do? How do we make this special? What do we? What's that bear? We'll do a bear. We'll make our deals.
Savings are like a bear cave.
Yeah, the savings den. It's the savings den.
Savings den.
Dude, Fiverr, you get crazy stuff on
I
Fiverr.
would. I'd rather walk than fly.
The Frontier CEO went on Fiverr and just said, "Have fun with it."
Need a logo.
Doesn't need to make sense. What about
Go
bear?
for it.
I got this bear left over from my last
Keep me
design.
posted on that cat though.
I'll keep you
This has been
posted.
a good 12 minutes.
I am preparing myself because I've really taken a liking to this cat. I'm preparing for
If
it.
your
out to work
wife
out.
is,
I
like,
know.
Okay, all right.
think he
I
knows all the.
understand.
Okay, all right.
Could you get an apartment?
You're clearly wound up about it.
I know because I really like the cat.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know.
I hear you, man. You found your spirit animal in the cat.
Can't say that anymore.
Really?
Yeah.
Cannot.
Why not? Your
We'll talk
spirit.
about it
Dan,
later.
give him the American history
When
lecture
Columbus
after
sailed
this.
the ocean blue.
Columbus, our hero, you mean?
That was in the 1400s, I think. I'm not sure the
The
exact
ocean
year.
blue, 1492.
All right, let's do this. I'm gonna do the synopsis, and we're still gonna take a break by 15 minutes. A Costa Rican wedding originally aired on August 17th, 2024, and it went a little something like this. The movie starts off with a bang. Emily is sitting on a beach, on a tree that's on the beach. I don't really understand kind of how
where
that
trees
tree
grow.
is.
Yeah.
This is just hanging around, perfect for sitting.
Beach tree.
This hairy fella, and I'm hairy, so I get it. His name's Shane, and he proposes to her, and we're like, what? This is crazy. This movie's starting off wild. It's womp womp, though. It's a dream. It's not real at all. Shane is her ex-boyfriend, and he's just constantly posting pictures about his new girl, or maybe cousin. She's not totally sure. She's hoping that it's a cousin. So Emily could not be more excited to distract herself than by going to Costa Rica for her best friend's wedding. And she has... okay, sorry. And she has a big responsibility. Thanks, buddy.
Costa Rican wedding.
Bring the rings. That's her responsibility. Something tells me, though, that she might lose them. I don't know why I could possibly think that this character might lose the rings, but it's just a sneaky suspicion that I have. She lands and is picked up by some dude named Ryan. Maybe sometimes I'll call him Brian. It'll be a funny bit.
That'll be funny. Why?
And they know each other. Neither of them seem excited to see each other, and we don't know why. She is constantly annoyed by him, trying to help, getting the wedding party a nicer place to stay, and letting her know that scooters are a bad idea in Costa Rica. But whatever. She's like, I hate you. You're the worst. Let me live my life. They all go out one day, and she puts her bag on a tree. She has a thing for trees. Puts her bag on a tree, and wouldn't you know it, a monkey takes her bag.
What?
And she's freaking out about that, and she's like, it has my phone, it has my stuff. She doesn't want everybody to know that inside of her bag are the rings, and so she's like, I gotta go into this jungle, I gotta get it. Ryan is like, let me go with you. I know the jungle. I've spent some time there, I guess. Things get off to a rocky start between those two. They start arguing. It begins to rain, and they kiss. They don't kiss at all in the rain while arguing. But they slowly, over time, begin to get along. And they talk through their differences. He shoots his shots. It's all going well. They share a hammock that probably shouldn't be shared.
They kiss there, right?
They don't kiss there either.
Oh,
They go to a waterfall. They
Full
kiss
boy.
there.
kiss
They
there.
don't kiss there either.
Save it for the volcano.
That's
Yes.
right. They think that they found her bag in this mud, but it turns out it's just a fanny pack. Classic fanny pack. You've been there.
I've been there.
But boy, oh boy, are there sparks flying between these two. When they finally get to a place that is owned by his friend that also happens to be a woman, she gets jealous because woman. He sends an email letting everybody know that they're safe and that they're going to be back tomorrow. She then asks him about the woman, and he's like, "Oh yeah, she's got a girlfriend." And she's like, "Oh my gosh, that's crazy." And then they kiss. Woo! Yeah. Finally! Yay! It was the volcano. It all worked out. They make it back to the house, and they find out that the wedding was canceled because she booked the wrong date for the wedding officiant. Thank you. And it's like, bummer, we can't do this anymore. But Emily gets certified online because you can do that. So, yay, the wedding's back on. But what about the rings? Well, guess what? A friend of Ryan's went back out there on his own excursion and found the rings himself. That's wonderful. They go out to said waterfall, and they're going to have the wedding up there. And, of course, Ryan and Emily kiss multiple big ones. And that, my friends, was a Costa Rican wedding.
We did
Sure
it.
did.
1509. We'll be right back and talk more about a Costa Rican wedding here on Deck the Hallmark.
Airtight, everybody. Really good stuff.
We're done?
That's it.
That was it,
Call
right?
it.
Welcome back, everybody. We're talking about a Costa Rican wedding, the latest from Hallmark in regards to summer nights.
Yes.
Their theme all about medieval times, and super pumped to be breaking down a Costa Rican wedding today with my friends. We're going to start with the hot take, is where we share exactly how we felt about this movie. We do not hold back, and I'm going to go to somebody who oftentimes has ridiculous hot takes, and I can't wait to hear what he has today. Brian, what'd you think about a Costa Rican wedding?
Thank you, sire. I'd like to quote my favorite Yelp.
I hate whatever we're doing right now.
You don't like going back to medieval times?
Well, what you did, you said thank you, sire, but did it like you were getting off of a boat. Tip of the cap to you, Messiah. I don't know.
A lot of boats in medieval times.
Yeah, so many boats.
So, yeah, I'd like to, like I was going to say, quote my favorite Yelp review and say, the fish was delightful.
Yeah. Oh! The balls. That's good. That's good.
Thanks, man.
So
That's good
stupid.
stuff.
Thanks, man.
Because of her name.
Yeah,
Because of her
that's
name, yeah.
right.
You get
That's
it.
exactly right,
That's
sire. Unfortunately, the rest of the movie, I was pretty bored by this movie. Like, a lot of times I caught myself scrolling through my phone or looking up other movies and what have you. And
Coming up with that humdinger.
yeah,
you had.
yeah, absolutely.
That was really good.
So,
jokes.
just
Searching Yelp.
I feel like the fish has gotten better.
Yep.
Like, even though this movie relatively kind of like just bored me a little bit, not a great, like, not a lot of background on the rest of the family. We didn't spend a lot of time with them. A lot of times just walking through the woods, doing goofy stuff. She was great. Like, she held this movie up. Like, she was entertaining and engaging, and she was really, really great. I don't know how much time we have left with her in these movies.
No kidding.
She's going.
Thanks for clarifying in
Yeah,
these movies.
yeah,
I was
you made
worried
it
there.
sound like she had some
For
sort
the
of
second there, I was
That's
pretty
right.
worried.
Obviously.
So
No,
that's
we
not
was-
an airplane situation all over again.
Trash
Hope
bag.
she doesn't have any allergies. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know. She could choose to just keep doing this, but I feel like she could do whatever she wants. Like, anywhere. The sky's the limit for her. The bride's
Are you her
mom.
grandmother?
I just wish her the best. Check that out for my birthday card.
That's right.
So
check.
the mother-in-law was so annoying.
Oh my gosh,
and
the worst.
And which was which said a lot. Like, she was really good in that role. Like, for the limited amount of time we got with the family, I could not stand the mother-in-law. And to me, I'm like, that's a great job. Like, she did really, really good. And they did a lot of cutting between the family talking about what the fish, they hope she's probably not doing, cutting over to the fish doing that. And I thought that was done, like, really well. So some really, really good editing, and like made comedy out of, like, without using jokes, just like really, really well done there. But just overall, like, kind of like bored by it. I don't care about seeing Costa Rica that much. I think we're all over seeing the scenery of places where they go to film these movies. It's just,
I mean, speak for yourself there, Bri, but
it's just, it's an island, water.
it is not an island.
The
Costa Rica is
it's
not an island.
I mean, what I'm saying is that ocean, jungle, We're like out there in the tropics.
Costa Rica,
I'm
not
like,
an island.
Okay. Yes, you
all
said
right,
it.
Got
we
it.
got it. It's not an island.
surrounded by
but
water.
going
Okay.
to islands, across the pond,
It's all the same.
all these places.
Yeah, it's
we
not
get
America.
it.
It's all the same.
No,
We get
it's
it.
not the. It can't be the star of the show anymore for me. I'm just like, all right, yeah, we get it. You're going different places. Just kind of bored overall.
Thank
Out
you.
on an island,
Oh,
if you
okay.
will.
Yeah, you're out there on an island. My favorite island is Florida. Love that island.
Dude, it's
from
all
there,
right.
from that island. It's
You
awesome.
sure are.
I was just excited to see our guy Chris Russell do a brand new thing with the folks at Johnson, where they
Go to the woods.
They bring him to the woods. Because
Maybe a waterfall.
listen, I'd never seen it before. I'd never seen him do that, and he did it masterfully out there in the woods and with waterfall. As mentioned, the fish is a real delight. I thought that Sea Russ, as I call him, and the fish were great together. Was it like this movie breaking any new ground? No, but as far as movies where people are in the woods and maybe with waterfall with Chris Russell, I thought that this was.
And there's a handful to
There's a
choose
handful
from.
of them.
Yeah.
So pick your poison. I felt like this one, due largely thanks to the fish, was one of the better ones, because it all comes down to the two leads, and the fish is great. And as you mentioned, the fish isn't just like showing up and saying lines. There's physical comedy that she is crushing in this movie. And listen, I'm with you by and large with the. Listen, you can't just go somewhere. You have to bring a movie along with you. And I hopefully we don't get a ton more of these. It's important for the plot of the movie and the scenery or the country in which it is, if that's going to be a part, to really make it matter and to make it shout. And a lot of this movie, while in Costa Rica, takes place in the woods of Costa Rica, which is definitely a part of Costa Rica, but there's a lot of Costa Rica that is wonderful. Dan, you and I have visited Costa Rica.
It's
we
beautiful.
love beautiful country. And I could have used more volcano. I thought the volcano in the background was wonderful. So they utilize some scenery. I just, it's fine. It's fine. The two leads, great. Thought they were good together. And so I'm excited to see Chris Russell in the woods again at another date. Dano.
Yeah, make no mistake, this movie's really, really bad, mainly because of the central conceit of this movie, having a clumsy, forgetful, bad all around it, remembering things and details person, be in charge of the family heirloom. We'll get to that. However, Rhiannon Fish is on a Tyler Hynes trajectory. There was a while where we would watch his movies and go, he's the only thing redeemable about this movie. And then all of a sudden he went from that to the face of the network, and he gets to pick the movies he does. He tends to star in the capstone movie of Christmas every year. And I think that's where Rhiannon Fish is going at the very least. She's unbelievable. She just is. Joy Lynn's a more seasoned actor, but to Brand's point, what she's doing here is above and beyond. She is fireman's carrying this movie across the finish line. The pratfalls, the physical comedy, really funny. She is doing a great job looking like she's really into Chris Russell. The stuff with her on screen works way better than it should work. This movie doesn't wind up in the bottom 10 of the year purely on her performance. She is really funny, really fun, super dynamic. She just needs to have better material than this. So it's not great, but it doesn't fall to some of the lowest depths. I do think with most, and this is not a shot at other actors, but with most actors we see on Hallmark, if they were in this movie, they show up in Costa Rica, they probably phone it in and lean on the scenery, and they go home and they take the paycheck. They love that. They love doing that. Rhiannon Fish doesn't do that. She is there and giving it her all and getting better. And so I do want to point that out because it's very, very impressive, while the movie is most certainly not impressive on a number of major plot fronts.
It's time for all the feels where we talk about when this movie gave us those feels. Ryan?
Yeah, early on
Brian?
when they got
What's so funny is I
Ryan,
was going to
Ryan?
do it as a joke.
Yeah.
And then I switched it up in my mind.
Of course. Is this a joke? Early on in the movie when they get stuck in the woods, my thought was, I sure hope they look like they've been stranded in the woods for a while at the end of this movie. And they did. And so my feels was she tied the sash onto her head like Rambo, and they were getting filthy in the mud. Like, it looked like they were in the woods, and it seemed like they didn't hold back either. And they weren't afraid to get filthy and be part of and play along with that. And so that was fun to see.
You know, this movie has a scene where it rains, and I don't know if you noticed, it does rain in Costa Rica. And
It's the water that surrounds it.
Yeah,
that brings
as
it
an
up.
island.
That's right.
As an island, it
brings
gets
it
it.
up.
No man is an island, but Costa Rica sure is.
Amen. Yeah. I don't know if the rain was originally a part of the script or what, but it definitely looked like real rain to me. And it looked like, I don't know if it was something that they just kind of worked in it, because it worked really well. And when it happened, it was almost so perfect. Right as they were beginning their argument, it starts to downpour on them. And it almost seemed too perfect for it not to be real, but it really seemed real to me. I don't know why Hallmark would spend a ton of money getting like rain machines out into the jungle of Costa Rica. And so it seemed real, and I thought it worked really well, and it made that argument scene really powerful. Could have been even more powerful, but we'll get to that in a minute. Really cool scene, and shout out to Rain.
Getting to that in a minute is my feels. I couldn't believe that these two folks didn't kiss throughout this movie. The rain, the mud, the waterfall. There are so many moments in this movie where these two incredibly attractive people who are just like staring each other into oblivion and leaning in. The fact that they don't at some point kiss until virtually the end of this movie is crazy. It's just insanity. And it was a missed opportunity to really bank on the chemistry of these two leads. And it was so stupid.
Listen, in the words of Hillary Duff, let the rain fall down. You know what I mean?
You said
you
it.
Get that, Aaron.
Absolutely.
You get it. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to come back, and we're going to get to the way, what, and the what, the Hallmark here on
Deck the Hallmark.
Hit your face.
Wake my dream.
Rain, rain on my face.
Rain, rain, go away.
Hasn't stopped. Rain
Welcome back,
today.
everybody. We're talking the Costa Rican wedding that we watched.
Yeah, that's the
take
movie
place.
title. Yes.
Yes, and we watched the Costa Rican wedding happen in the movie.
We did. That's true.
So it was one of those movies where the title actually
So meta.
let the rain fall down and wake my dreams. What does that mean exactly? What do you mean? What do you think it means to wake my dreams? Like,
Dreams are sleeping.
okay,
Wake
interesting.
me up.
Wake me up and
Can't wake up.
Coincidentally,
Save me.
Costa
Sorry, he's on a
Rica.
loop. There's nothing you can do
Costa
there.
Rica is where Dan and I slept in a room together, surrounded by Evanescence posters.
That's right.
So
That's right. And Twilight. It was a comment. It was a,
there's a
yeah,
comment.
it was a comment.
They go
Evanescence,
together, yeah.
Twilight.
We've seen all the highlights of Costa Rica.
Yes,
We've seen volcanoes, seen beaches, seen cappuccinos.
cappuccinos. That's right. Cot. We saw
Cot.
Cot.
Yep. Cot.
Village.
Yes.
It's time for we saw Warner
Warner. Yeah,
with
we
Big
did.
Bang Theory on
Bang
a
Boom
loop.
Theory. Bang Boom Theory.
Big Boom Theory. And I saw the inside of a sweet woman's bathroom
Okay.
a lot.
We got there. We did get there eventually.
Almost had to cut that right off.
Saw the bathroom a lot.
The bathroom. Oh, yeah, the food, right?
Yeah.
Food, but he had food poisoning.
Yeah.
It makes her sad. It's time for it made me sad too. It's time for the wait what. It's where we talk about what this 3 minutes go wait what. Brian.
I don't even know. It's such a big part of the movie. Do we have to talk about giving the rings to your
It's
clumsiest friend?
absurd. It's just crazy.
Yeah, just don't.
This movie doesn't exist if
Yeah.
they do the one thing that anyone in this situation would do, which
Yeah.
is we have a family heirloom. Who should be in charge of transporting these?
Yeah.
A,
I
the
don't know.
people that own them. B, the people that are going to own them when they get married. Or C, someone that's nicknamed
family.
Calamity
Yeah.
Emily or
Yeah.
whatever her name is. That is
How did they get
D
to
the
her?
Candy. I don't know.
How did
I
they
don't
get
know.
to her?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
That would have been nice if that were a bigger part of, like, maybe they forgot them and she's the only one who hasn't left yet, so she has to get them.
They should have explained.
I've never been a ring bearer, but I'm pretty sure that
never
that
too late.
responsibility, or a best man, which I have been, that responsibility isn't to hold the rings for days on end until the ceremony.
Yeah, it's not like there's like you don't see the bride before she walks down the aisle, and you don't.
That's right.
You bring
Touch
your own.
the
You don't
wedding
touch the rings,
bands
or they won't work.
To your best friend,
That's-
weeks in advance.
The magic
she travels with
disappears.
them.
Don't
You get it.
touch the
Even
rings
if
or they
she's
won't
super duper clumsy.
Listen,
Yes, of course.
listen. The rules are the rules.
Yeah.
What else?
It would have been great to figure that out. Allergic reactions are fun. Those are so fun. We talked about that earlier. That happened where, what was it, pineapple that she had in her smoothie? And
Yeah.
it was funny, but also like allergic reactions aren't that fun either.
No.
Emily Calamity, that is a good nickname. I like that. It just doesn't like roll off the tongue.
So not a good nickname.
So no, I wish it were
it's
better.
a great nickname if it worked.
Yeah, it's like if she were like an anti-superhero version of her was Emily Calamity.
Superhero.
Like
a
she's-
villain?
Yeah, sort of like that, but she's not like a
Are
bad
you struggling with
person.
words? Are you having an allergic reaction right now?
Where's that cat? She's like, she's not a bad person, you know? She's not trying to be bad. She's a calamity. Good nickname, just not great.
I don't think it is.
It's not a good. It's a good name. Maybe
Yeah,
not a
you
good
keep-
nickname.
You
It's a
like the
cool
word
name.
calamity.
Emily
That's what it comes down.
Calamity.
You
would be
like
like
the word calamity.
Yeah, it
taking
works really
a
good.
bite of pizza and going, "It's a good pizza," but I wish they would have, and then gone in on all the reasons why you don't like the
They
pizza.
should have reverse
what I do.
engineered it. They should have
That's what
come
I do
up
with
with
everything in my life.
It's true.
They should have come up. They should have come up with calamity and then been like, "Well, let's change her name to Callie," and it's like Calamity Callie or something like that. Like we
you're
should
right.
have.
That's right.
Or Calamity Jane, if her,
Ooh,
if her
that's a
name
good
was
one, too.
Jane.
Been good.
That would work.
Or if her name's Lee, Calamity. That wouldn't work. Never
Nope.
mind.
No, but this
Calamity
is why we do
Lee.
that.
Yes.
This is
That's
why
why
we
we
do
do it right here.
So anyway, the last one I had was the hammock looked suffocating and like the worst night of sleep I would ever have in my life.
Yeah, not a good
awful,
night's sleep.
Awful sleep. So that's all I got.
Her friend, listen, we all know that Emily's having a tough go of it. She can't stop looking at her social media. You don't, as best friend, you don't need to rub it in by saying, "I know it can't be easy to plan a wedding with a broken heart." Like she just got
Really
in.
is
She's
just
trying to get
digging the
over
knife
it.
in there, yeah.
And it's just like, I know that you're a sad sack because you're going through such a tough time.
Yep.
I didn't need to say it. It was mean. It was mean-spirited.
That's the calamity.
Her friend also just had drinks waiting for them outside in the sand, and she's like, "Here
impressive.
we go."
Yep.
I don't know how long this has been sitting there, but probably too long to enjoy it, the beverage. They go out into the jungle, and she is taking the hardest possible route because she's not even on the path.
She's not even trying to take the path.
She's just off into the woods. And I hope she learned her lesson with that snake. You just get out. Don't get into that area. And I didn't like that scene. Listen, I am all for, there should have been a snake trigger warning. There should have been something before it, like, hey, snakes that come in. Fast forward if you need to, one button ad skip on file.tv/DTH. I know that that's not an ad, but I think they got it figured out over there
there's
too.
a one button snake skip?
Folks at Philo,
Yeah.
Emily, but if we could get a one button snake skip, that'd be super solid.
Seems like that's a
And
lot
that
of
would-
tech there.
I don't know. We already got the tech though. That's the thing. We already got the
just
tech with
branding
the
at
ad.
this point.
You got to recognize when the snake
They
is
have
on
to mark
screen.
it.
Yeah,
The people,
It's
we
gonna
would
be
all
tough.
have to agree.
We're gonna
AI
mark
is
the
really
snakes.
good.
We have to
though.
mark the snakes.
Yeah.
So that's all I'm asking for. There is a scene where she rides on his shoulders, and it was the hardest way possible for her to ride on his shoulders because when you're on, I'll get on your shoulders.
Yeah, absolutely.
If I was on your shoulders,
Yeah.
my legs would be here,
Yeah.
and then I'd be right up against your head.
yeah.
But she doesn't do that. Her, where the knee is,
Under her kneecap
under her
is on.
kneecap is here.
Yeah.
So all of her body is
Yeah.
leaning back.
Yeah.
So she's having to hold herself up by herself, basically. What's the point of being on someone's shoulders if they're not doing most of the work? If I'm having to do most of the work, I might as well walk. There is a really weird moment in this scene, in this movie, when the groom, his dad, and his future father-in-law get to the jungle entrance.
Here we go. Yeah.
And they're just like, man, I should really be back by now. And then one of the dads gets weird with it.
Yeah, he does.
And he's like, what if What if they're not lost at all? You know, pretty lady, foreign country.
Maybe he was trying to get lost. That's what they say.
Yeah.
Were you guys all out to commit crimes?
What are you implying? Are you besmirching the name of Chris Russell? Because the guy is comfortable in the woods, and I don't know why they said it like that. You know, pretty lady, foreign country, no witnesses. I don't know what they were trying to say with that, but it made me uncomfortable. I didn't like it. You talked about it, Dan. The lack of kissing in this movie is insane. You had rain, didn't kiss. They were dirty. They didn't kiss. They almost didn't kiss with the volcano.
Didn't kiss on the bridge. Didn't kiss on the waterfall. Didn't kiss in the mud. Didn't kiss in the rain.
Listen, what are we doing?
That's
I almost threw the TV out.
Didn't kiss in the hammock.
I almost threw the TV out.
Yeah,
I was
poor
so
TV.
mad. Those two people, they would be kissing all the time.
That's right.
Places.
And they would have looked like they wanted to. That was the thing.
They did.
It wasn't like we were just making it up.
No.
They had
Chemistry was there. Chemistry was there.
They had
Wasn't
the
a problem.
eyes. They had the eyes looking at each other.
Yeah.
And it's just listen, it was a big funny haha. She got back. She got the certificate to marry them. Big fun. There's no one else in Costa Rica that could have married them.
Can't find
Nobody. They can't find anybody that could marry them that day. I find that hard to believe. Dano?
Yeah, so I think at the beginning of this movie, we're supposed to intimate that Emily is a pediatric nurse in a school system. Yes? About right? Mm-hmm. At least pediatric.
So,
yes.
How many children has she killed? She can't be a good nurse. In the first 10 minutes of this movie, she decides to bring priceless wedding bands to work, take them out, show her nurse friend, drop them in Jell-O.
I forgot about that.
Drops them in Jell-O, looks in Jell-O and goes, 5-second rule. That's not what the 5-second rule is.
She should have left them in the Jell-O.
5-second rule
Just
is
taking it with you.
You drop an Oreo on the ground and you go, 5-second rule. You pick it up, you eat it, and it's not been on the ground 5 seconds. If you drop priceless heirlooms in Jell-O, when you take heirlooms out, unless you are planning on eating them, it doesn't matter how many seconds were in the Jell-O. Yeah, what?
Hi. I just wanted to comment. That Jell-O scene is one of my wait whats, and it's not necessarily for that comment. It's that the ring fell just lightly on top of the Jell-O, and she sticks her whole hand, digs through the Jell-O. It makes a really loud squish sound. And I was like, Fish, we didn't need to go that hard on the Jell-O.
No, we didn't.
Maybe it's a you problem.
But once again,
with the fish.
Children are going to this woman for medical help.
Ew.
We're having fun.
Yeah.
You sure are.
And then we find out, lastly, Emily, who thinks the 5-second rule applies to rings she's not eating in Jell-O, who brought those rings to work to show in a medical facility or at least area to show those rings off to her fellow nurse. We then find that when she gets there, she has her best friend who's getting married. She had a key to their house. She lost it 6 times. On 6 different occasions. Look, I've lost a key before. I'm not here to throw stones at people that have lost keys. This woman has lost the same key 6 times, and they gave her priceless heirlooms to take care of.
She'd probably buy the same horse twice, too.
At minimum, twice. The kind of like the slogan. You love that? That was that funny?
It was a 1-for-1 lie. We agreed beforehand
to overlap at something. That was it.
Yeah. Now we're even.
Costa Rica's slogan is Pura Vida, which is pure life. It's just like, hey, hang loose, have fun, basically. And early in this movie, the bride says it to the fish, and the fish goes, huh? And then the bride responds with, I'll let Ryan explain it to you. She can't possibly, she couldn't explain that really tough phrase if she tried. I'm going to let the other white guy who's moved here explain it to you. Speaking of white guys, this entire movie has one Costa Rican person in it the whole time. How? How is that possible? Only one person from Costa Rica even gets a speaking line in this movie. That's crazy. Christopher Russell in this movie runs a Costa Rican tour guide company, and he's scared of heights. Maybe no. Maybe don't. Maybe not what you should do. there, and
Don't go to a place that's surrounded by mountains. It's all mountains.
Yeah, it's all mountains.
You might have to deal with heights.
You might. The two dads are really worried about Chris Russell and the fish being gone, and the daughter
Not really
comes
that
over.
worried.
The daughter comes over and puts the phone down and goes and points at a dot off the highway and goes, "Look, Bluetooth." No. I'm not a part of the Geek Squad, but I can tell you right now, that's not Bluetooth. That's a global positioning system. Bluetooth is not that. Never has been that. Never will be that.
Bluetooth's crazy, though.
Bluetooth's crazy.
Like, it's nuts.
Yeah. Bluetooth Plus. It's probably similar to what you have for the double deckers, right?
Yeah.
Similar, different.
For sure.
Of course.
That's all I got.
But
It's time for what the Hallmarks where we wonder what could have been happy. Gives clarity. Any questions that we still have. Brian, what are you still wondering about in regards to the Costa Rican wedding?
yeah, well, I'm wondering how far a monkey would really take a bag. I've never been to Costa Rica. I've never been around monkeys like that. Would they really take it and run off like far away?
Well, I mean, I stayed on a resort with my family in Mexico, and there was a lot of like jungle area you could walk through, and the monkeys will literally, if you were on that path, they would come up right up next to you.
Really?
Like they would just, and you would bring food and like feed it to them or whatever. But if you left a bag down, they would 100% go through it.
Man, take that thing. So you really are chasing that thing down.
Yeah.
Because I was wondering how realistic that is. Like, I figured they'd just shoot up, shake it out.
No, but you're also not.
Crazy
You're not.
monkeys.
You're not putting the rings in the bag and taking it to the beach with you. I think we
why
all
would you
of course.
do that?
Yeah, why?
Put it in a
Why?
lockbox.
crazy lockbox.
Put it back in the Jello.
Yeah. Second rule.
So we talked about the bride's mother. We talked about the bride's mother.
It's a big chunk of Jello.
Yeah.
You got a straw in that thing?
Yeah, I put a straw in it.
Yeah.
That's not a straw. That's a coconut.
Yeah.
You put the straw in
Put
the
the straw
coconut.
and the coconut, and you
Mix them.
all around.
mix it all. Mix it all around. We talked about the bride's mother and how unbearable she is, and she doesn't really like learn her lesson. They just basically
she's
like
just terrible.
They lie to her at the end to get them off her back. At some point, listen, she's made it to her wedding without like having a huge crazy knockout drag out with her mom.
Knockout, drag out.
At some point, and I have a feeling that point is going to be whenever they have kids.
Oh, yeah.
Stuff's going to hit the fan between her and her mom. They are going, like, mom's going to come in there and she's going to start giving her opinions, and she clearly just doesn't see eye to eye with her mom. And if the sequel happens and that it's just that over and over again, that's called like a reality TV show, and I would be all about it. Just those two just like arguing, bickering, because like typically the moms in these movies, when they're like that, by the end of it, they're like, I see your way of thinking. Not in this one. This mom's just like, the only reason why we're not having it at the clubhouse like I want to is because the fish over there got ordained and they lied about the hat. So lots to digest there, and it's all going to come to a head once they have children.
Absolutely.
Dana?
Of course. Chris Russell in this movie is incredibly sunburnt. Like sunburnt. Like he got there a week early. You had a few Jellos on the beach, passed out, got sunburnt, and looks uncomfortable in this movie. It's crazy. And then the color correction doesn't help. He looked like, I just need to know the story there. How did he get that sunburnt? Was sunscreen not available? He doesn't look like he's having the best time because he looks like if you touch his skin, he's going to wince in pain.
Emily says that they said that they were in Costa Rica during record high setting temps.
Oh, you can tell.
That'll do it.
And
Get
he
away
decided
from
to
me.
wear long sleeves and pants, and I think that's because his
Covering up,
sunburn was so bad, he didn't want to be like get burned anywhere.
Had enough.
Yeah.
Pure Vita, though. That's what they said.
He did. He lived it up. Pure life. Pure life means no sunscreen. You
Yeah, it
just
does.
got to go out there
Yeah.
pure.
Face
You gotta
it
go out
head
there
on.
pure and
That's
just
right.
see what happens. We did it, everybody. Congratulations. Danny, you mentioned Brian's ability to get into the Google Plus and how it gives him all the information about the double deckers. For those of you who don't know, if you sign up for Brand Gen Plus at the double decker tier or higher, Brian is going to do the deep dive into somebody every week in a segment we like to call Double Decker of the Week. And we're
Week.
here right now. Dan, who do we have on the docket?
Real simple, real basic even this week.
Yeah, you might
Drew
say.
Basic.
Whoa.
Drew Basic.
Zango.
Yeah, Drew out there looking for new opportunities. And
Great.
yeah, he's
Oh, that's
Yeah,
awesome.
we are.
Yeah, we all are. Yeah.
He's looking into Drew a little bit. He's into photography.
Yeah?
a little bit, and so
Okay.
he's like, all right, what? I need a way into this business. So it's a
You
little
know, most
crowded.
people just get a camera and start taking
Right.
pictures.
No, it's a crowded industry.
is, yeah.
You know? So he needs to set himself apart. So he's come up with a way to kind of position himself that sets himself apart a little bit from other businesses. And so I heard, doing a little research, I heard one of his ads on
Okay.
the radio, a little dynamic ad. And so called it up. And what you get is it's a little confusing.
Okay.
He does like this pre-shoot interview and asks like questions about like your enemies and like shoe sizes and weird things like that. So it's not going great for him. But
Why does he do that?
well, his big niche, if you will, is photo shoots. And so what he's doing, he's I don't know.
I get the feeling that was the pun.
It's he's out there.
Is he a hitman?
He's a little bit. You might go. Some might call him that. Those aren't real, but yeah, it's
You
it's a
saying that
hitman
Double Decker
biz.
Drew Basic is murdering people?
He's doing photo shoots and
Did you say hitmen aren't real?
yeah. What's that from?
I don't know.
That's something.
You
Hitman's-
just
Isn't
now?
that from a movie where they're what was that Hitman movie?
Hitman Bodyguard?
No, never mind. We'll get back.
It's from Hitman.
Oh, Hitman
Right.
movie. With the
Right.
title. Hitmen aren't real.
Anyway, so yeah, he's doing photo shoots where you present him with your enemy, your foe, if you will, and he'll
I
just
don't
shoot their
think we
toes
can air
off.
this. He'll shoot their toes off.
That's what he does.
Oh, that's not bad.
He's just picking them off one by one. Not one by one.
And-
He'll leave some,
And
but
he has to act like it's a photography business so he doesn't get arrested for crimes.
well, that's the big part is working out. How do you get into it? With like,
I don't think we're
and
helping
find
right
these
now.
people.
Yeah, it feels like you're get let in.
what was the
Yeah.
ad like on the dynamic? ad?
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Drew. I love to take pictures. Wink, wink. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's it.
If you got anybody that you really hate, you want
It
some
gets good.
shots of,
Yeah.
you know who to call because I could take some real good pictures of that person that you won't want to see anymore.
right.
They'll be sleeping with the fishes. I mean, swimming with the fishes. After you call me for your photo shoot.
Call
That's right.
881-70-34-9
That's what I called.
for a real good time.
That's right. So,
885
7 4,
70 34 9
Yeah, for a good time.
70 349. 5 numbers after 881.
Listen, he plays by his own rules.
He's going
Got
by. Yeah, he's trying to be different.
Is it photo shoots like FOE?
No, faux toe. Your faux.
PHOTO or faux?
FOE.
Faux
Toe. Your
Toe.
TOE.
shoots.
Shoots. Photo shoots. So
Great, I
he's-
love it. It's weird.
Crushing it.
We're coming back tomorrow with another one. Until then, the first to wish you a
Merry
Christmas.
Christmas.
Deck the Hallmark's a Bramble Jam podcast is produced by Aaron Shea. For more information on Deck the Hallmark, you can go to deckthehallmark.com. For more information on the Deck the Hallmark family, you can go to bramblejamplus.com. Deck the Hallmark is presented by Philo TV. For a free trial of Philo, go to philo.tv/DTH.